What's up? It's head coach Nancy here. How are y'all doing tonight, this Sunday evening? Hey, I see you all coming in. Thank you so much for joining tonight. We do apologize about the delay. As you all know, technical things happen all the time. Welcome in. Thank you for joining again. My voice is a little raspy, so bear with me on that. I have a good one for you guys today. So I will be bringing on Coach Sarah. She's a health and wellness coach, fitness coach, and she is phenomenal. You know, we are all getting of the age where things don't work like they used to work anymore, and we have to and we want to be around to, see our grandchildren or our children grow up, and she's going to be able to give you the tools that you need to make conscious decisions about your life choices, lifestyle choices, health choices, all of those things. So, without further ado, I am going to bring Coach Sarah on. Hi, Coach Sarah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you just fine. Thank you so much for stopping by the Small Business Spotlight here today. We really appreciate you taking the time out to tell us about yourself and the services that you offer. So,
Awesome.
it's all yours. Tell us about yourself, how you got started, and kind of a little bit of your background.
Awesome. Thank you for having me, first of all, Coach Nandy. And greetings to the teammates. Greetings. It's good to be with you all because I am a part of you as well.
She
So,
is.
yes. And I enjoy you immensely, Coach Nandy.
Thank you.
So, just a little bit about myself. As Coach Nandy has already stated, I'm Sarah, Coach Sarah. I come to you as first an educator, having taught in public education. In addition to that, I also have a military background. Hence is the interest for my health and wellness business at this point. Having retired from education, nearly 30 years of teaching, and served simultaneously in the reserves as an assistant professor of military science at a local college. I'm here in Massachusetts. So that's the professional piece in terms of my connection with health and wellness. I grew up in the country, playing outside all the time. We had a farm, eating on the land, growing our food. And so, hence, now at this point, I'm pretty much made a decision around 2000 to go back to my roots. And so that's what I do. Making a connection between having fun at this stage of my life, working on my health and wellness. And what I mean by having fun, because when you work out, when you eat healthy meals, it gives you the energy that I know I normally would otherwise not have.
Right. That is very good information to have. Tell us a little bit about your your military. I know you were in the military for a while, and then you taught in academia. And would you mind sharing some of that with us?
Oh, most definitely. So, in terms of the military, I was a transportation officer, working in logistics and simply moving people and equipment from point A to point B. Did it during a storm, did it during Desert Storm, getting soldiers from the United States to the theater of operation. And um, with Operation Enduring Freedom, which was the second Gulf War, there was a shortage of assistant professors of military sciences on college campuses. And so reserve officers were placed in those assignments. And I was one of the many reserve officers throughout the United States that went to a college campus and taught senior ROTC.
Okay. What's your educational background?
I have a bachelor's and a master's degree both in education. My undergrad degree is in special education. My master's degree is also in special education, but with a concentration in curriculum and instruction. And so the curriculum and instruction piece is the connection also in terms of the academy, because with my nearly 30 years in public education, at least 10 to 12 of those years, I was responsible for a curriculum. In addition to that, right now, what I'm doing, I'm working on a second master's degree, but I'm working on this master's in gerontology, studying how we age, which is my interest in terms of health and wellness, the aging process, thinking about how to live well, eat well, and move well so that we can age well. That's what I love, to make that connection in terms of living well, eating well, moving well so we can age well.
Right. Awesome. So I will bring up your PowerPoint slide.
One more thing in terms of education, in terms of, and just so after doing all of that, I went back and I became a health coach, a health and wellness coach. So I have a certification as an integrated nutrition health coach. In addition to that, I taught many years after I retired. I taught at the YMCA, group fitness. I taught Live Strong classes for cancer survivors. I've taught group fitness class, Tabata, which is strength training and cardio training back and forth. Currently, I teach group exercise classes with seniors. I've been a Silver Sneakers instructor. But one of the things that I've always made sure that I do, I never just focused on the fitness piece, or I never focused on the nutrition piece. Hence is the foundation for Well Fit Nut Lifestyle Academy. It's a holistic, integrative approach, because one thing that the Academy does is that it teaches courses in each of those areas: wellness, fitness, and nutrition.
Wonderful. So you're an educator, a motivator. I love it.
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
think
yes, yes, yes.
I definitely can appreciate the connection between the two, right? And sometimes you
And
have people who are
and it's funny that you
instructors. Mhm. No, go ahead.
No, it's funny is that you should say a motivator. And hence, I hear that frequently in classes that I teach.
Yeah.
I hear people say the reason that they're on the journey that they're on is because of the motivation that they get from me. But
Right.
one of the things that I really try to instill in people is that it has to be intrinsic motivation. Even though I'm there to cheer you on and I'm there to hold you accountable and guide and facilitate and do all those great and grand, wonderful things. But at the end of the day, in order to be able to sustain and maintain a healthy lifestyle, it is always my goal that the motivation eventually becomes internal.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So I will go ahead and leave you to it to talk about your exactly what it is that you offer, and what our fellow teammates will be able to take advantage of if they partner with you in their healthcare.
Okay, not a problem, not a problem, not a problem. So again, the name of the company is Well Fit Nut Lifestyle Academy, LLC, and well means wellness, fit is fitness, and nut is nutrition. And so the underbelly of the foundation of the academy is based on supporting women 40 and forward. Women 40 and forward working on chronic and autoimmune disorders. And when I talk about chronic health issues, I'm talking about high blood pressure, I'm talking about prediabetes, diabetes, high triglycerides, high cholesterol, weight management, stress, anxiety, depression, all of that falls under chronic health issues. And so that's the focus of the work that I'm about to discuss. And I use what's called, again, a holistic evidence and performance based approach or framework. And it just simply means that it's based on research. And the reason you want the content in Academy to be based on research is because you want to get results. So Having said that, the 3M framework, and I love calling it 3 a.m. framework. It reminds me of 3 a.m. in the morning, which is when we should all be sleeping, right? Which is a good health habit. So 3 a.m. framework just simply, when I talk about the 3 A's, as you can very well see, it's the awareness, the affirmation, and action. And when I talk about awareness, it's based on what's called, just bear with me just a little bit, what's called the trans-theoretical model. And that's just very simple for being able to make behavior changes. An example of the 3 a.m. framework, the awareness, the affirmation, and the action. An individual goes to the doctor says, oh, you're pre-diabetic. Your numbers are kind of like higher than what I want them to be. And so the person says, okay, doctor, give me an opportunity to go and make some lifestyle changes. And so the doctor says, okay, you go make your lifestyle changes and come back in 90 days. And that's usually what a doctor says. And the reason the doctor says come back in 3 months and 90 days, because according to the research, remember evidence-based, according to that, it takes around 3 months. It takes those 12 weeks for change to occur when someone judiciously and with fidelity affect change or work on lifestyle changes. And so person goes away and the expectation is that they're going to change their diet, they're going to work, they're going to exercise, they're going to pay attention to sleep, they're going to reduce stress. And then 10 years you return to the doctor and the doctor says, 3 months later, awesome job. What did you do? You should be pleased with yourself. The diabetes, you're no longer pre-diabetic. And that's a true example. My point in using that example is that some chronic diseases can be reversed. And hence, that's why that's the reason for the academy. Pre-diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, weight, all of that could be reduced. But it takes a commitment and it takes work. And when I talked about the trans-theoretical model of behavior change, which just simply mean healthy habits, making changes, that takes some effort to do. And so that's the 3M. And so around awareness, that's where I use what's called gratitude. We work on gratitude. And we work on meditation and we work on mindset, as you're going to see in the 3M framework, the mindset piece. And then affirmation is affirming with one. Oh, and when we talk about awareness, we're talking about being in the moment. We're talking about not judging ourselves, because we can be hard on ourselves. We can be very, 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 very difficult on ourselves. And so awareness is just saying, don't judge, be in the moment, love oneself, do the self-care. And so you're able to make those changes that are needed to live what we call a healthy lifestyle. And in terms of affirmation, that's just being able to validate oneself, being able to see oneself in the manner in which being great, being grand, being wonderful human being that God made us to be. When we start affirming ourselves and removing the negative messages, because many times we have negative messages that are just playing in our head, which all impact our health. And in terms of action, that's it. That's the doing part. That's the doing part. And that's what I love. The philosopher John Dewey says we learn best by doing. And so it's one thing to tell people something, but it's another thing to model and then have them do. So that's the 3 a.m. framework. And then the 3M framework, in order to implement in order to do the work in the 3M framework, we have to do the work again in the 3 a.m. framework. And in the mindset, as I already stated, that's when we start working on meditations, and it's a whole course around mindset, and then being grateful for the things that we experience in our lives, and in terms of the movement piece. And so the mindset, the beginning of that, is to help us begin to live well, because we notice that we become less stressed once we get the mind somewhat quiet, because that's what the whole awareness piece and the mindset piece is, to begin to slow the mind down, begin to relax in around mindset and awareness. I do a great deal of breathing. We do a lot of breathing techniques in that. in that portion of the program, which is integrated in all three of the 3M frameworks. The breathing is involved in mindset, movement, and meals. We're constantly breathing, breathing, breathing. Oh, and then the next part, the second framework is movement. When I talk about movement, we want to be able to move well. And when in the courses for Move Well, there are cardio courses, courses on balance, courses on flexibility, courses on strength and endurance. And that's a total body workout. And so arthritis is an autoimmune disorder. Yes. So there are things that we're able to do. And so when we look at movement, we're working on the stretches, working on the flexibility, working on the balance, and then trying to get the body back aligned where some of the aches and pains subside, or if we're not aching and paining, so they don't come. And so that's where we want to either maintain our health or be able to make changes and then be able to sustain our health. And the third part of the framework is just simply meals. We want to eat meal. We want to be mindful of what we eat. And um, under the eat well, I have an entire course on clean eating with Sarah. And what I use, because again, the focus of the academy is working on chronic health issues and autoimmune health issues. And so under meals, there are over 100 dietary theories. Since I know that there are over 100 dietary theories, one of the things I decided to do is focus on one. And the one is whole food plant based. So, why would I want to use a whole food plant based dietary theory in an academy that focuses on chronic health issues? Because that's where you get the most bang for your buck. And when you talk about being using a whole food plant based diet, you're not talking about, as you very well know, you're not talking about being a vegan. You're talking about eliminating or either reducing using meat, poultry, refined foods, anything that's going to cause inflammation, anything that's going to cause whatever chronic issue that you're dealing with to flare up. And what I like to say, the beautiful thing about this is that it's not a life sentence. It's to do the work, see the changes, reset the body, take that information and start afresh, if that makes sense. If that's clear.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense.
And let
Um,
me just say this because sometimes people can say, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to eat. I like meat and I want to have my meat. Well, nobody's not saying don't eat your meat. But we're saying if you're having health issues during this time frame, this is what you want to focus on. And as I just stated, reset the body.
okay. So, very, very informative, a very holistic. I was talking yesterday to some of the teammates. We were up late. So when you said 3 a.m., that people should be asleep, I looked in the camera and I looked at my teammates like, y'all heard that? No, we be up at 3 a.m.
Oh,
We
I
be
know,
deep,
I know, I
we
know,
be
I
deep in
know.
the room at 3 a.m. 7,000 people strong.
But remember, we said no judgment, right? No
We
judgment.
did say
And
that.
everybody's body is different, and everybody knows, what journey that they're on and what they have to do.
Yeah, I understand. So if you wouldn't mind telling us, please, about your role that you play in a partnership with a person's doctor, right? So this is not a replacement for a doctor or a clinician. This is a kind of an
Yes,
advocate
I'll speak to
role,
that.
right? A health advocate, the middle
Yes,
person
yes.
to help. Tell us about that if you don't mind.
That is so. Thank you so much for that. That you stated, I could not have said it any better. I'm the middle person. So you have the patient, then you have the health coach, and then you have what's called a healthcare team, as you very well know. Any specialist, a person may be going to cardiologist, endocrinologist, whatever the specialist may be, the primary care physician, nurse practitioner. And then you have me in the middle. And all the academy is doing is what it says that it's doing. It's educating. You go to the doctor says, or the doctor may not have said anything, but you know that some things are not aligned in the way they should be. What I do as the health coach, I'm in the middle, providing the education and providing the support, the empowerment, the encouragement. So when you return to your doctor, if that's the case, if your cholesterol is elevated, if your triglycerides are elevated, if you want to lose weight, we work on that intensely in the academy. Because you set goals, you start off with SMART goals. You start off with your SMART goals. And your SMART goals, as you very well know, should be specific. They should be measurable. They should be obtainable. They
Yes.
should be
Yes.
realistic, relatable, and time bound.
That's right.
So we start off with all of that. We start off with the SMART goals based on based on what your goals are. But again, I am the middle person. I don't do any diagnosis. I don't do any treatment. I just provide education and support. And as I stated, empowerment and guidance and encouragement. I can't say that enough. Making people aware. And I'll give you an example. And I didn't speak of this because you asked me about my background. I didn't talk about this. The other thing that sent me down this path of health and wellness, after I retired, my mom became ill, and she was 88 years old, diagnosed at 88 with diabetes, ended up in the hospital in a coma. Bottom line is when she left the hospital, she was diabetic, and the doctor said she had to change her diet. And so that happened December 3rd, 2000. And as I stated, that was the beginning of my transitioning. Now, let me tell you, I'm not a vegetarian. I think I've already told you that. And just to let you know, from 2001, because she was in the hospital December 3rd, 2000, right up until Christmas. But the point is, it's been a journey. And so that's my point to you. All of this is just simply a journey. But that was the beginning of my making the connection between my having been in the military, living a healthy lifestyle, was a high caliber high school athlete, was a natural something to say, in health and wellness, two things. This is my takeaway, is that I'm forever able to take care of my health. And then the other piece is that I can help others take care of their health. Okay. And that is what I do.
Awesome.
By being an advocate, providing health education.
Right. I can see the value in that. When you go to your doctor's office or you go to the ER, some of you who are on right now, you may not have been on like the night before last when I shared something very personal about myself with the teammates. And I'm happy to give you the highlights of what I was talking about and how it ties into what Coach Sarah is talking about. So I've never had a problem with blood sugar, cholesterol. My blood pressure has always been well within normal limits. But because I had this COVID weight on, right? This is the heaviest I've been ever. That comes along with complications. And about 2 months ago, I was put in the hospital. They put me in intensive care immediately ahead of a person who was there with a gunshot wound, okay, in the hospital, in the ER. And the problem I was having was I couldn't see anything. I was literally like, imagine putting Vaseline over your eyes, guys, and trying to look out through that. That's how my vision was. It was extremely blurry. And I was drinking water. I couldn't get enough water. I had all these symptoms, and I'm smart enough to know that, something was wrong. Something was amiss. And I went to the ER and I figured what it was, but I never had a problem. I was never diagnosed as a diabetic ever. And so I went to the ER and they admitted me right away and kept me for 4 days. And they said that my blood sugar was higher than most people who come in a coma. Like people who are comatose from a diabetic coma have lower blood sugars than what I had. So I literally should have had a toe tag on my toe. Like, it was extremely high. And when I was discharged, I was just told, okay, you need to do this, da, 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 da. And even my PCP said, do this. And, that can be overwhelming for people
Yes.
who have a new diagnosis,
Yes.
etc. And so, and um, Academy, what Coach Sarah's organization is, an academy like Well Fit Nut would have been at the time. Now I have someone that I have it in hand now, but it would have been a great way for me to take all of these orders right from the doctor
Yes.
and go to Miss Sarah and say, how can we work on these things together before my next doctor's appointment so that I have the results that they're looking for and I'm in a better place. Is that right?
Yes, that's exactly what you want. That's exactly what you want. And the thing that would have also happened is having that person working with you, because sometimes, like you said, we're left to do it on our own, and that's the hardest part. We're leaving it to chance in terms of whether or not we're going to make the changes that are necessary
Right.
to change our health back to what it was or near to what it was.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, I think it's phenomenal. I'm going to close this out a little bit and take some questions from you all. So you all, we've been talking about this quite a lot. We've been anticipating Coach Sarah coming on, and a lot of you were asking, is it holistic? Is she a holistic health coach? And all those kinds of things. So
yes, it is holistic.
Does foot pain derive from diabetes?
It can. Yes, it can. And yes, it can. And that's nerve. It just depends. But with diabetes, sometimes people have what's called nerve damage.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could have foot pain from diabetes. Yes.
Right.
But again, that's not really what I get into. But obviously, I know that. So if someone were in my class and they told me that they were diabetic and that sometimes you can't even feel the touch, you can't feel your toes, or you may have the pain, but then that would be certain exercises, like you wouldn't stand, and maybe something you may want to do in a chair, that type of thing.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to take some questions. So some additional questions. So Lisa wants to know, Coach Sarah, do you also provide an accountability aspect?
Most definitely, Lisa. And that is the most important piece, is the accountability piece, because to have all this structure in place and not to have someone to hold you accountable, it can almost be an exercise in futility. So yes. So one thing that I use for accountability is that all of the scholars, anyone who is a part of the academy, is called a scholar. And so I have a private Facebook group. I'll create a private Facebook group. All of the scholars would go in there. So I create community there. That's the first thing. In addition to that, what I also do, Lisa, I do once a month coach. We have coaching sessions, and they have to be group coaching sessions. So once a month, we all come together. And of course, we take privacy into consideration, but it's important to be able to learn one from the other. So two things: the Facebook private group that I'm in all the time. In addition to that, the coaching sessions.
Right.
And then any time in between, people are emailing and the whole 9 yards. So yes, yes.
Okay. So people are saying, so Sarita Black said that makes a lot of sense. You're offering awesome information. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Let's see. Resetting the body is key. Tuesday Harrison said, I am now plant-based. Let me take this down. Tuesday Harrison said, I am now plant-based because of my chronic health issues. It has helped me tremendously.
Yes. I'm glad to hear that, Tuesday. Awesome.
Ezekiel, said, I don't go to the doctor because most of them are practitioners practicing medicine.
Okay.
Which is true. I mean, that's why it's called
practice. Yes.
Gloria Singer said this is very good information. Let's see. Uh, Kenya Mai said junk food, which I love, causes so much inflammation in the body, causes pain and other health issues.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes. Um, Junk food is not our friend. That's the processed foods. And what it does also, it keeps us hungry because they're empty calories. And what we want to do, we want to be eating foods that are dense in nutrients, foods that are filling, foods that are satisfying. So yes, junk food works against us in many different ways.
Definitely. Excuse me.
And,
Ezekiel
and, and
said,
inflammation is the root cause of many illnesses.
right. Yes. Ezekiel said, I believe that herbs are the healing source. I appreciate this live.
Yes, 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 yes. And I
Um,
teach on herbs.
let's
That's a
see.
part of the academy as well.
Jerry Francis said, this page is about more than just Carmen. Stick around for some amazing info that you may be able to use. Tina said, do you have any suggestions for Alzheimer's and dementia?
Ooh, awesome, awesome. Plant-based diet, exercise, still exercise. Because remember, my specialty is gerontology. And gerontology is studying how we age. And so a part of that is still exercise and having um, a diet that's less inflammatory. But just this week, and remember, the Academy is holistic evidence based on research. And just this week, they came out with new research on Alzheimer's. So that would be the kind of conversations we would have and the kind of information that we would actually get delve into the Academy. Um, so yes, we would focus on Alzheimer's. Hopefully that's clear in terms of what I'm saying. But the point is, we'd be looking at the research.
Sure. Okay. Let's see. Is there cause to worry for numbness in hands and feet, plus hot, burning, tingling down leg?
Oh, most definitely. If those are symptoms that one has, and if they were working with me, I would immediately direct them to. And again, I'm the middle person. I would immediately direct them to their healthcare provider. And worst case, best case scenario, you go to the doctor and the doctor says it's nothing, but I would definitely have it checked out.
Okay. Someone wants to know. Let's see. I'm 77 years. Deanna Simpson said. Diana Simpson said, I'm 77 years old with type 2 diabetes and stage 3 kidney disease. Can kidney disease be reversed?
Can kidney disease be reversed? Let me see, stage 3 kidney disease and kidney disease. Okay, so she has not had a kidney transplant at this point. Um, I don't get to say in this particular instance because this is very specific.
Right.
This is very specific. So I don't know your medical history. So it would be negligent for me to say in this particular instance
Sure.
that kidney disease could be reversed. But what I can tell you that there's a Dr. Joel Furman, in New Jersey, Flint, New Jersey. I think it's Flint, New Jersey, who specializes in what you're asking.
Okay.
And that's one of the sources that I use. His book, Eat to Live. I really follow Dr. Furman. So I don't know if you're familiar with Joel Furman, but I would definitely look at his work.
Okay. And also teammates, keep in mind that Coach Sarah is not a doctor. She's not a clinician, right? She obviously works with a lot of people who have, different ailments, chronic diseases and disorders and et cetera, but she's not a doctor and she's not going to give you same way I always tell you all, I'm not a judge, right? I'm not here to give you legal advice. Ms. Sarah is here to help you execute the plans or the directions that your doctor sets for you to improve your health. Is that right?
And one of the things we know that works for everybody, even if the doctor didn't give you a plan, we know to work on our mind.
Yes.
We know to eat healthy, and we know to move or to exercise. That helps no matter what the conditions are. You can't go wrong with that unless the doctor says you can't work out.
Right. So Tuesday Harrison has another good question. She said, do you recommend incorporating incorporating juicing in your diets?
I love that question. I love that question. I love, 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 love that question. And I'm gonna say yes. I'm saying yes because you're at yes, because that's not gonna hurt your health. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And the reason you want to do it, you know why juicing works is because sometimes we don't eat enough nutrients. And the beautiful thing about juicing is that you can get those nutrients in your diet when you just throw them in the. I use a Vitamix. I just throw them in the Vitamix, and I know the nutrients that I have. Because let's just use kale, because people want the kale bandwagon, right? Well, you can't eat all the kale. You can't eat all that kale, but if you throw it in your juicer with other ingredients,
Right.
you know that you're working towards getting the nutrients that your body needs.
Right. So Tanya Johnson asked, I'll read the question. I was a mail lady for 30 years, walked 14 miles daily. Now I don't walk since I'm retired. Am I hurting myself?
Congratulations on walking 14 miles a day when you were working. So I want to acknowledge that first. That's impressive. That's impressive. And now the second part, if I were you, if you're still willing to walk, I would walk. I would continue to walk daily if you're able to. And that's a part of what I do in the academy, with a part of the exercise piece. And particularly since the weather is changing, one thing that I do, I have a course where we just stand in our house and we just are wherever you are and you just walk. We walk and we walk. So yes, please, if you're able to walk, willing to walk, walk. It won't hurt. And walking is easy on the joints. I was a runner and I still love running, but guess what I do now? I walk, but I power walk.
Power walk.
So yes,
Love it.
yes, Tanya.
So my buddy Susan said, Susan Dick, she said, I was a mail lady, very similar. I was a mail lady for 25 years, walked 12 to 14 miles a day. I don't walk that much either now.
Well, yes, I would say the same thing to you. This is a good time to get started because you can do it. This is what I tell the students who stand before me. I'm like, you're doing it, so you know you can do it. You have done it, so you know what you're able to do.
Right. Lisa Mary said, I understand 100%. My cousin is a coach for health.
Nice.
It's a healthcare, but not a doctor. But she helped me to know, I guess it's supposed to be to know
and
what
not to eat.
What not to eat.
Yes.
Okay.
An example of that, like we look at dairy. I'll give you all a good example, like the FDA. The FDA promoted drinking milk forever. Drink milk. Well, what do we know? What does the research say about drinking milk?
Right.
Well, it causes osteoporosis.
Right.
So drinking cow's milk, one of the things we know about drinking cow's milk is that it's not made for human consumption. And if one's going to drink it, they should stop at the age of 2. So it's counterproductive to drink milk and then think that you won't have arthritis and then think that you won't have osteoporosis, ending up with knee replacements and hip replacements. And so that's where the plant-based comes in.
Sure. Okay. Beverly Jones wants to know, do you believe eliminating soda will help your diet tremendously?
5 thumbs up, 10 thumbs up. Yes. Almost. Yes. Because it's sugar. It's high fructose corn syrup. It works against the body. And I talked about the empty calories. Sure. And you're going to gain weight. And a good example for someone who drinks soda, just say, oh, I'm really big on eliminating what's called the elimination diet, right? And so just say try it for 4 weeks and see how much weight one loses.
Okay. Well, I like soda. I drink 0 sugar sodas because I'm not going to give my soda up completely. I don't drink regular full-fledged sugar sodas, but I do drink like 0 calorie Coca-Cola, etc. So, but I know I should be drinking more and more water. Yes, I know this.
And speaking of water, what we should be drinking is half our body weight. They taught us when we were growing up, like 8 ounces, 64 ounces. Well, the purpose of drinking water is to detoxify, get the toxins out of the body. Everybody's body is different. So 64 ounces doesn't work for everybody's body. So
Right.
again, just to repeat that, what I'm saying, if it's a 150-pound person, that person should be drinking what? Half his or her body weight, which is 75 ounces. You know,
Right.
the 180-pound person, the 200-pound person should be
Sure.
drinking what? 100 ounces.
Okay. Atisha Davis wants to know, are you familiar with POTS disorder? If so, can you help with that autoimmune disease?
I'm not specifically familiar with POTS disorder, but what happens, you tell me, or the person tells me, we do the work, and then we work on it. So obviously, I'm not going to know every disorder, but I know if it's chronic, and I know if it's autoimmune, how to go down that path and get the information. Because again, everything is research based, and that's all I do. Just to let you all know, I look at what the research says to do. I don't make this stuff up. I don't,
Sure.
make it up on my own. In addition to that, in addition to POTS, I'm working with a registered dietitian. That's where I saw POTS. And the registered dietitian actually have meal plans. So yes. So you see, that's not what I do, but the registered dietitian that I'm partnered with have meal plans for POTS.
Awesome. Okay. Kim wants to know, I make my milk from nuts only, or buy milk, or buy, I don't know, buy only milk or nut milk. What do you think about that? And oat milk.
It's plant-based. Plant-based.
And
Awesome.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Thank you so much for using your time to make your own milk. And we may see some of these things as being time consuming, but at the end of the day, what I like to say when I talk about the 3M framework, and I call it the 3AM framework, and I say I like to say, I am worthy. You are worth putting in that amount of time for yourself. Good for you.
Suzette wants to know, is sea moss good for you?
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. I use sea moss. Yes.
What's the benefits of
Yes,
sea
it
moss?
is.
She wants to. What are the benefits of sea
The
moss?
benefits, it has all the minerals with exception of 3 minerals. So it has all of the essential nutrients that the body needs. That's the big thing with the exception of 3. And I don't remember which 3, but that's why sea moss is very beneficial.
Okay.
And you can put sea moss in your raw juice. You can put in your smoothies or your juice. You can put sea moss in your oatmeal. You can put it in your water. You can put it in because I make moisturizers. You can put it in your moisturizer, put it on your face, put it on your hair. It's excellent.
Awesome. Ezekiel wants to know, agave is good. Is agave good? A good replacement of sugar, basically.
Thank you for asking that question. Thank you for asking that question. When you look at the research, I'm still mixed, but it appears to come from a plant. So if one must have sugar, it's better than processed sugar.
Right.
So you're going in the right direction. And I'll give you an example of that, even though you're talking about sugar. So even though you're talking about, so the answer to your question is yes, you can use agave if you so choose. And I'll give you an example when I say you're going in the right direction. Once upon a time, a long time ago, when I was drinking milk, I don't know, about 30, 40 something years ago, I was drinking whole milk, and then I went to skim milk, and when I went to 2%, and then soy milk, and on, and then eventually got off it. So in terms of agave, it's a process. It's better than
Regular sugar,
processed sugar. Yes.
cane sugar, refined
Yes.
sugar.
Yes. Cane. Exactly.
Kim said, this is a great segment, Coach Nandy. Thanks. And to your guests, thanks.
Oh,
And
thank
to your
you.
guests,
Thank you.
kudos
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see here. Annette Owen said, I stopped drinking soda, but I still love sweets.
Oh, may I respond to that?
Sure.
Annette, congratulations on stopping drinking soda. Well, I want to share something with you. Sweets, yes, sweets is my trigger. And so sweets,
I didn't know that.
you have to be transparent. You have to be transparent. But what I like to say, I don't eat all the sweets that I love because I just can't. But it takes a lot of work to get to the point not to eat all the sugar that you want to eat. But I will tell you, Annette, it is addictive, which is why it's a struggle. But what happens over time when we start eating different foods, our taste buds change, and then we crave those foods less frequently. Yeah.
So, someone said, "What do you think of the vegan diet,
Well,
Beverly?"
it's a personal choice. It's a personal choice in terms of vegan. Um, so this person, when you're vegan, you're limited what? Meat, fish, dairy, eggs, and honey. When you're vegan. So it's a personal choice. Just make sure that you're getting the nutrients that you need when you start eliminating foods.
Right.
Um, but dairy, we know dairy is not good for us anyway. Um, the other thing that I didn't talk about that you're asking in terms of vegan, so even when you eliminate eggs and eliminate meat, we know that that's animal based, and animal based is not good for us.
Right.
Period. Talk about inflammation. So um, just make sure you're working closely with a healthcare professional to make sure that you're not missing the nutrients that the body needs. That's what I would say to that.
Okay. Deborah Scott want to know, or she's actually just stating, since I have been using CMOS, I have so much energy, and I had knee pain that went away.
Yes, I could see that. Yes, yes.
So
Congratulations.
yeah, there's a another small business that reached out to me like during the week. She sells CMOS. Like she's a
Yes,
CMOS late. She's a CMOS boss. If
yes,
that's not
yes,
her name, her business name, she should change it to that. There you go.
yes,
Like
yes,
that's a freebie right there. Okay. I'm gonna give you that one for free. The CMOS
yes,
boss. Okay. Because she has, I had a one-on-one Zoom with her, and she has the CMOS, she has the CMOS gel, and all these amazing things.
yes,
So to see all the comments in the that are coming up about CMOS,
yes,
I think
yes,
more and
yes.
more
I
people
actually use
are.
CMOS. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think more and more people are becoming aware of the benefits of
Aware.
CMOS, and
Exactly.
I think that's incredible. Let's see. I've been diagnosed with high
Go back to the one about
cholesterol.
my taste buds. I'm sorry, the one said my.
Wait, no,
Oops, I'm
hold
sorry.
on. Just hold on. I've been diagnosed with high cholesterol, and they put me on medication. What else could I do instead of taking medication?
Well, I'm not going to tell you instead of taking medication because that's the piece between you and your healthcare team. But what I will tell you with high cholesterol, one of the things that you would want to consider um, is eliminating animal fat from your diet because we know animal fat, including eggs, is what sends up our cholesterol. And
Mm,
the body naturally produces. The body naturally produces cholesterol. So, in terms of our diet, one thing that we can help is our animal fat. And people don't think about that. And people say, oh, well, I'm going to just eat chicken. I'm going to just eat chicken. Well,
no.
chicken is high in cholesterol,
Mm, yeah,
very
yeah.
high. Most people don't even know that.
So back to the taste buds question that you wanted to review, or it's actually just a comment. So true, my taste
Yes,
buds have changed over the years. I eat very little meat these days.
yes, yeah. Thank you for that. It does change over time.
So, Miss Sarita Black said, "Thank you so much, Miss Sarah. It seems for me very important to watch my intake for good food from bad food, food going away from fried food."
Yes, 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 yes. The fried
Um,
foods could increase our bad triglyc- um, triglycerides.
triglycerides. Lots of questions about CMOS, tons of questions about that. Let's see. With medication, we have to clean our liver first. Our liver first before colon.
People talk about detox, but the body naturally cleanses itself. And even though I, yeah, the body naturally cleanses itself.
Okay. Lisa said, and you are 100% right about that because I have high cholesterol and I don't have a gallbladder no more. So I have to land food and chicken, fish, or tuna or salad. That's how it's written. So let's see. Somebody wants to know what the sea moss tastes like. Miss Sarah?
It's plain. It's plain, but you can put in different flavors. So you can put in strawberry, you can put in mango, whatever flavors you want. So it can be plain, which is plain, or you can put in different flavors.
Let's see. Can you tell me? They want to know about pricing. What's the pricing?
Okay, so the price is, and the reason I'm doing that, let me answer the question. The price is $59.99 a month. Um, and that is from working with clients paying, because again, I'm a health coach. And one of the things that I wanted to do, the reason I started off like that, one of the things is that I wanted to do was to be able to reach more people and help people be able to change their health. And so that's the creation of the academy, because I had clients who nearly were paying over $1,000 to work with me,
Right.
but it didn't allow me to reach. I wanted to reach more people, and so what I'm doing, actually, the $59.99 is a sale for this particular group, because when Coach Nand and I started,
It
the
was
price
$79.99.
$79.
So just for the teammate, so her normal price is $79.99. And you don't have to live in Massachusetts. She has a whole suite of tools that will be available to you through her
I
portal.
have a portal.
And she'll be working with you one-on-one on a lot of things. And whatever your health concerns are, partnering with your doctor on them, and just really, really working to get you to optimum health. And basically she's like your accountability partner, your trainer, training your mind, training your habits, all those kinds of things. And so I know for me, I need structure. I'm a person who I work very well with structured type situations, right? So I think that if you don't have a plan, or you're just out here just doing whatever, winging it, maybe getting some structure and partnering with an academy like Miss Sarah's would be well within your best interest. So what is it? It's $59.99 a month. When
And
when
let
do
me just tell them,
classes
let me tell them
start,
what
and
that
how does the
includes.
program work?
Let me tell them what that includes. You work with me 3 days a week. We meet 3 days a week.
Okay.
And so 2 days we actually do our physical fitness. And that's when I work on balance exercises, I work on cardio, I work on flexibility, I work on strength, and I work on endurance. And if you go to my website, you'll see all of the testimonies. So right now and for years, I've been working with people, I've been working with companies. I've been working with companies and private clients. And so what I'm doing now is just bringing the academy online. And so we'll meet up electronically, and we'll do the way it works. I want to be very, very, very clear. So when I say exercise, we'll have a 45-minute exercise. And the beginning would be mindset. The beginning would be breathing. The beginning would be stretching. And then we'll do, say, 4 exercises. We'll do 4 exercises. And I do a lot of modifications. I do lots of modifications, lots of modifications. And so it's not, I don't want to say it's not intense, but it's low impact.
Sure.
And so we do, I teach people how to do jumping jacks. And so we wouldn't be doing, well, so we'll do, it's my house, I can do that, right? As Tabitha Brown would say. So I'll show people, how to, so it could be low impact on the knees, that type of thing. And then squats, I'll show people how to use their chair to work on squats, to work on their quadriceps, to work on their calves, to work on their hamstrings and things of that nature. Um, so it's very guided because it's an academy. In addition to that, the third day is courses. So I have a portal that's HIPAA compliant, which simply means that it meets all the healthcare requirements. It's very private, and I drip content in terms of coursework to the scholars. And then from there, you get it on a Monday. We meet
Mhm.
on a Wednesday in terms of the coursework. We go over the content. We meet in the Facebook group as well. And then we do the exercises on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay. Let's see. I meant what is happening to my appetite. She wants to know. She had another question. Um, I don't know what happened to it. They're growing up pretty quickly. Okay, I don't have a colon and I'm detoxing every day. I've been diagnosed with high cholesterol. We talked about that one. Okay. So, so tell us about would you consider giving us the CMOS company information? She's going to be on the show, so more to come on that. Lots of people asking about the CMOS, like tons. So Miss Sarah, tell us if you will please a little bit more because they're asking about that as well. What comes with the $59.99? I know you said 3 days a week. Will they have access to you?
Yes.
What's included in that 3 days a week? Is it
So
online stuff?
the way it works, I'll set a schedule of times of classes, and then we would meet. We would have group exercise classes. We would start off on Zoom. You would log in. I would be there, and we would do classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Right now, the classes would possibly be at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Depending on where the people are, I would make a decision in terms of what time the class is started.
Sure.
In addition to that, as I stated, once a week you will get content courses of information. In addition to that, I also do documentaries. We'll set up and we'll watch movies together, which is a part of the research base. So it's not just the coursework that I give you, but it's also looking at documentaries and that we get to discuss that. And then you all get to form your own conclusion about that. But just in terms of the structure, it's a portal and you get the coursework and you read it and you go through it and then we meet and then we read it together and we go through it and we discuss the content. And then we're in a Facebook group as well and we're going through content as well.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Sarah, are there any?
Is that clear?
Say it again.
Is that clear in terms of what happens? We actually.
Yes, it's very, very clear. It's very clear. So when are you starting your classes? Is it January 1st, 15th?
January 2nd. Actually, January. What day of the week? Yeah, that first Monday. Okay. That first Monday in January, which is January 2nd.
January 2nd. So yes. They could go to your website, which is pinned right under her name. It's www, and it's also pinned in the room. But it's www.wellfitnut.com. And they could go there. And what do they do? They pick up a package. How do they pay for it?
No, if they're interested, what they would do, they would go to, first of all, it's $59.99. So they would go to PayPal and pay.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna need them to go to Messenger, send me their name, send me their email address, and send me their phone number. And then I'm gonna put them in the portal, in the HIPAA portal, in the platform that I'll be using.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I'll send them a health history.
Okay.
And then they complete the health history. And then that's when we'll start getting the structure in place. Okay. Once they pay, then I'll put them in a private Facebook group. And then we'll just be getting ready between now and that Monday to start the classes.
Okay.
So when you say familiar,
go ahead.
And getting them familiar with the platform. I use a platform called Healthy.
Okay. So when you say they just go to PayPal and pay, PayPal, it's a little bit more involved in that. They have to have your information, etc.
Yes.
So let's say they're interested, like right now. Let's say I'm interested. I see the value in this. I need an accountability coach. I need a person who focuses on holistic, healing and even not even healing, but just maintaining your health if you're in a healthy place. So what do I do?
Well, I would give them my email address. They would need major@wellfitnut.com. They would need that email address to be able to go over to go to PayPal.
Okay, so they're on your website. Is there somewhere on your website?
It's not. No, it's not. That is not.
So they'd have to reach out to you by email and say, "Hey, I'm interested," and then you'll say, "All right, it's $59. You can make a PayPal payment, and I will enter you into the portal." Is that right?
Yes, or they can go to they're on Facebook. So they
Yeah.
can go to the messenger box right there
Hmm.
and send their information.
Yep. To
When I
you.
say their information, their name, their email address. Um, and then from there, yeah, because I need their name, their email address, so I can set them up in the system
Sure.
so they can create an account, they can
Yeah.
get the health history, and then I can get them scheduled in the classes.
Sure. Okay.
But in
Um.
terms of payment, they would yeah, but in terms of PayPal, you just need the email address.
Yeah. Okay. Right. But they wouldn't have that. Just going to your website, and even if they did have it, I'll try to work with you on maybe setting up a like a sign up form on your website,
Okay.
where people can sign up and you'll get notification that people are interested, right? And then you can reach out to them, talk to them, et cetera, et cetera. Somebody said if we have a weekend workout routine, needed a structured food guide and a couple of workout routines during the week, 2 days. Does that sound like I will benefit from the $59.99 class?
You surely would benefit from it because what I do, I give shopping lists, I give recipes. You get to choose the meal plan. So if someone wants a vegan meal plan, if someone wants a whole food plant-based meal plan, if someone has an autoimmune disorder, again, this is research-based, working with chefs and registered dietitian. Just the $59.99 pays for the meal plan by itself. But then, of course, you want to do the movement piece, and working out twice a week for $59.99 for 1 month, it pays for itself.
That's true. That's definitely true. So that was Melissa Balt who said that. Alita Johnson said, great information, mind, body, and lifestyle changes to a better life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And one of the things that I like to say, because I started off saying this in the beginning, the goal of this is to help people live well, move well, eat well, so that we can age well.
Yep. That's her three-prong approach. Let's see. Something about 59. So none of it is one-on-one. Someone wanted to know.
Well, what I'm trying to do is to be able to make this affordable to people, which is why I'm working in a group. But if someone wants to work with me one on one, they can, but not for $59.99.
Okay. Right. I mean, even realistically, that probably wouldn't be. That's not a realistic thing because she does have clients. She's not just starting this business. How long have you been in business, Miss Sarah, with this?
For the past 4 years.
The
For the
past
past
4
four
years.
years. Yeah.
So she has a. Don't you have a TV program? I think.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Clean Eating with Sarah. Yes, I have a television program. I didn't even mention that. And that's a
Okay.
part of what they get for the $59.99. We do
Right.
demonstrations. We come together and we cook. You're in your kitchen, I'm in my kitchen, you have your recipes, and we're cooking together. So it's not just a fitness piece. On nutrition days, I teach people an example of that, how to cook steel cut oats. If you have diabetes, steel cut oats is a diabetes is an oatmeal that you want to use as opposed to say processed. Why steel cut oats? Because it goes all into the bloodstream all slower than it's not high glycemic.
Mm,
It's not high glycemic, and it doesn't elevate the glucose level.
the still cut oats.
Yes.
That's good to know because some people think because they're eating oatmeal that it's super healthy and it's good for your heart and et cetera, et cetera. So that's good to know, Miss Sarah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I was talking to someone
So,
from your. I'm getting texts from people.
no,
People.
don't answer them
Want to.
right now. They can wait until
Okay.
the program goes off.
Okay.
That's pretty rude of them to be even sending questions to you right now, text messages to you right now. You guys can hold your questions until we go off air. That will be very, very helpful. I have rheumatoid arthritis. Any advice? I am on different RA meds. Kathy Hungerford said that.
Yeah, yeah, diet. If you're able to, I would really suggest a whole food plant-based diet because
Mm,
again, we know that the meats are inflammatory. Plant-based is one of the best things that you can do. Exercising because you want to loosen up those joints. Um,
okay.
yes. Make sure
Um,
you're not drinking milk. Make sure you're not drinking milk. Make sure you're not using any dairy. Make sure
Okay.
you're not using any dairy with that
Dear.
rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay. Somebody said, this is very interesting. Someone said, can you cancel at any time?
Yes, you can, but the way it works, just say if you sign up for January, well then that will not be refunded. But then the next month you don't have to sign up.
Okay.
So if you come to a class, because what it is, I'm dripping content and people are getting access to the content.
Sure. Okay.
So yes, they can cancel at any time, but no refunds if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense. Absolute sense. What about gift certificates for your
I'll make
parents,
them
your
available.
grandparents?
Yes, I'll make them available. I'll make them available. Yes.
So, guys, this has really been very, very helpful and informational for even if you are at optimal health. We all need, we all
It's an
can grow and
intervention.
learn. We all
It
can
would
grow
be an
and learn
intervention.
from someone like Miss Sarah. And I think it's phenomenal what you're doing over at Health Fit Nut. Any last questions that you want to ask, or any last words you want to leave them with?
Well, just yes, I would really love to get to know them. And a part of what I do is build relationship. I know right now we're doing a business highlight, but
Mhm.
again, if you went to my website and if you saw all the testimonies, one of the things that I do, I know you all talked about motivation in the beginning. One of the things that is one of my superpowers is to be able to encourage people, is to be able to help them get from point A to point B.
Sure.
So I would love to hear from you all and have you in the academy. It's an academy with coursework and help you work on whatever your goals are.
Awesome. All right, Miss Sarah. Well, I certainly do appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on the program. We've learned a lot, certainly more than we knew before we joined the program. So I really appreciate that. Miss Sarah, let them know your Facebook page, please, so that they can follow you.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm gonna just put it. I'm just signing right now.
No,
Um,
just tell them if you wouldn't mind. I'm going to post it in the room too, but if you could just tell them.
oh, Well Fit Nut Lifestyle Academy.
That's it on Facebook.
Yeah, Well Fit Nut Lifestyle Academy.
Okay, awesome. I'll put that in the room for you too. That way you don't have
Okay,
to be
and they
worried
can
about
they can also text me through Facebook as well.
it. Yes, ma'am. Well, you all heard it. Well Fit Nut Academy, Lifestyle Academy on Facebook, and her web address is listed on the screen as well. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. So it is www.wellfitnut.com. Lots of information, lots of recipes, it is a storehouse of information. And Miss Sarah, did you want to? Were you giving away a freebie or something?
Yes, what I'm gonna actually do for them, and that's one of the things that I struggled with in terms of what I wanted to give away. But I actually have um, a cheat slip that I want to give them on how to make a juice. So
Okay.
anyone who all they have to do is send me, I'll send them the difference between juicing and smoothies. And
Okay.
then what it does, it gives them, give me 1 second. I know you told me to walk away.
While she's doing that,
Here I am. So what I'm gonna actually do, I'm gonna do two things.
okay.
I'm gonna send them on how to build a smoothie. It has the it tells us the difference between a juice and the difference between a smoothie. It gives us the base.
Okay.
It gives us the base, the essential vegetables,
Yep.
the enhanced nutrients, the flavor, and then the zest.
Okay.
So I'll make sure that you guys get this.
Okay. Well, take it down because it's not for everybody. It's just for the winners, right? Just for the people you're giving it to. Is that right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Everybody
yes.
has it now, probably. Y'all all got a freebie.
And it's from Dr. Furman. It's from Dr. Joel Furman.
Thank you for answering that because that was my next question. Is it something that you put together? Or is
No,
it
everything is
certified?
research based.
Awesome.
I don't make anything up. I use sources. And
Amazing.
Dr. Joel Furman He's been doing research for the past 40 years
Thank
on
you.
chronic health illnesses,
Okay.
and he has
Um,
many wins.
Kiki said that she's following you now.
Thank you.
Can you all please make sure that you follow her on Facebook? Like super, super important. It's Well Fit Nut Lifestyle Academy. Is that right?
Yes, yes,
On,
yes,
on
yes, yes.
Facebook. So we are going to pick um, two winners. I don't know how where the moderators are with all these robots in here. So extremely informative. So we'll give one to Francine Alston. Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna like take her name down.
But wait, Francis. Okay, but wait. In addition to that, actually, I'm gonna do 5 people. I want to do 5 people, if that's okay.
Okay, we can
Could
do
I do
that.
5 people?
We can do that. I mean, whatever you want to do. It's
And what
fine
I'm gonna
with
give them,
me.
and I'm gonna give them a magnet as well. I'm
Okay.
gonna give them a magnet.
Okay. What's on the magnet?
I love this. I love this. One of the things that we should eat each day is a large salad. And again, this is from Dr. Joel Furman. And what it does, it gives us the ingredients for the large salad.
Okay.
And what we do,
So go ahead, please.
we follow what's called G bombs: greens, beans, onions, mushrooms,
Hmm.
berries, and seeds. That's what this talks about. This is a G bomb.
So that's a magnet. So you'll be putting it in the mail and sending it to them.
Yes, yes. So they
Yeah.
would have to go to whoever you're going to get the 5 people. I wouldn't. Well, we need to figure out how we're going to do it. But what I'll do, yes, I'll eventually drop this in the mail. Well, I'll
Hmm.
send it. It'll come from his office.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll call. I'll pay for it, and then use the address that they give me to just have it go directly to them.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah. So
Um,
excuse me, so people could give me their name and give me their email addresses through text.
well, no. So how we're
Oh,
going to do the giveaway is we're going to pick 5 people.
yes.
And which I've already picked the 5 people. I'm
Thank
going
you.
to send them to you.
Thank you.
And then I'll let you all know now who the 5 people are. That way you're not bombarded with a whole bunch of things because emails can get like that. I want to make sure you don't miss anything. Well, I just put ink on
You're
my shirt.
welcome, Sarita.
Oh my god. All right, so Tuesday Harrison, Beverly Jones, Francine Alston, Alberta Everett, and Sarita Black are the
Oh,
five winners
nice, nice, nice.
for
Thank
this.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
So
And
you
so
all
again, you can look for
sorry. What happened? And there she went. And just like that, that's how people get knocked off of the show. And I literally didn't do anything. She just went out. So I don't know if she'll be joining us again. We'll give her a few minutes just to say goodbye. But thank you all so much for your participation and cooperation in this program. Missy, don't laugh. You already know. Um, really appreciate it. We'll give her a little bit more time to come on because I know she wants to wrap up and say goodbye to you all and thank you and such. So she just fell off. It happens. Um, you're welcome, Tuesday. Absolutely. Sawanda said this info was great. So you put it in your refrigerator. So before, I don't know if I'm sure she's probably trying to get back on. She's going to come back on. As soon as she does, I'll pop her right back in. There's a lady, like I said, who she does nothing but CMOS. I had a confirmation, a Zoom call with her. And like a few days ago, she wanted to bring business up on the platform. And she has some really, really good stuff. I mean, she has the gel. She makes different gels. She infuses it, the gel with like elderberries and different things like that. Let me call Miss Sarah and see if she's coming back on with us. Hold on. Let me call her. All right, I just talked to Miss Sarah. She said she just got kicked off. It actually happened when we were going through the run through too. It happens, you know. She's gonna rejoin us. I asked her if she wanted to come back and say bye. She said yes. Let's see. Tuesday Harrison said, "Thank you. You're so welcome." Let's see. Congrats to all the winners. This was awesome. I truly needed to hear this and was waiting all day. It's phenomenal. Take it every day. Lost 12 months. CMOS? No, that's not her website, Cynthia. Her web address is wellfitnut.com. I'm not sure why she's not back on yet. All right. Okay, she said it's letting her back in now. Let's see. I'm going to follow her page. She has good information that I need. Yep, here she comes back. Hold on. You there?
Yes, yes.
What happened?
I had to think. It just went dead. So I had to think on my feet in terms of how to get back in.
Gotta think on your feet, because
Yes.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yes.
Thank you for coming back and rejoining us, because I know you wanted to wrap up and say, thank you, and
Almost
and
definitely.
leave your final departing words. Oops.
Yes. I just want to thank you all for showing up. In addition to that, just your interest in your health. That always excites me, to know people are concerned about their health and wellness, but then also knowing that you're able to do something about it, that we're not helpless. And so, Coach Nandy, thank you for seeing the value of health and wellness. Thank you so much for using your platform to advance. Health and wellness, and to let us know that we have each other, that we don't have to do it by ourselves, and that there's a lot of information out there. And again, as I stated earlier, I really would love to see each and every one of you in the academy.
Awesome. Well, again, please follow Coach Sarah. She's a lifestyle coach, health and lifestyle coach, on Facebook at Health Fit Nut Lifestyle. Well-Fit Nut Lifestyle Academy.
Yeah,
on Facebook.
Yes.
I'm going to also. Go ahead, please.
In addition to that, I responded, and so they just press on the link that I responded in the comments. That would take them straight to Facebook.
Okay, awesome. Well, y'all heard it. She's in the comments. She's always in the comments. She's been supporting the other small businesses when they were on too. So thank you for that support. Thank you all for Julia says she's on her page right now. You're on your page right now. Please, you guys, if you can, it's free. Just follow her on Facebook. It's free. Again, I looked at her Facebook page today. It has all kinds of nuggets and gems on there about different things we can do to improve our health. Just one small change at a time.
Yes.
If you have parents, your parents are elderly, they can't get out of the house, or they don't want to get out of the house, this will be a great program. The gift of health and life to someone close to you who really needs it, but don't know where to start, or is not motivated, don't want to leave the house, don't want to go to a gym that's intimidating. You can do this right in your home. It's discounted, especially for the teammates, for this group, for this page, for $59.99. And normally it's $79.99. And honestly, even $79.99 is like a ridiculously good deal. Like, for what's included with the program and the tools and information and the classes and the accountability, the recipes, the this, to that. it's a lot that you're getting for $59.99 a month. So I know that I need to do better with my health, and I think we all can do better with our
Yes,
health.
yes,
So
yes. I'm still on a journey as well. Yeah,
yeah, it's a lifelong journey. So on
exactly.
that note, Miss Sarah, once again, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us information. I know you follow this page, and all
Yes,
the craziness. We talk crazy in here. We talk about what we talk about, but I also always endeavor to bring information that the teammates can use to better themselves in every area of their life, right? So
most
thank you
definitely.
for being part of that, and we really appreciate the information. And we will see you around
You'll see me in the
the
room. You'll
page
see me there.
in the room. All
Yes,
right,
yes.
teammates, thank you all for joining. Appreciate it. Appreciate the questions as well. And if you're watching this on replay, I appreciate your viewership that way as well. Please make sure that you follow Miss Sarah, and I will talk to you all soon.
Thank you again. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
See you, Miss Sarah.